Thanks very much, Don. And I thought 6 years ago I was getting out of politics, but joining this outfit sure kept me in it. But it's been a fascinating ride. But a big welcome to all of you on this second day of this conference on behalf of both ALEC and LiveCorp. It's the partnership that brings LIVEX together on an annual basis, and it's a partnership that has been fantastic for the live sector. It's unique in the industry, and it's something that we're trying to take further steps on. The other big partnership that's important here today is the producers, and I particularly welcome all of the producers here. I think all of us understand the importance of the trade, particularly to Northern Australia, and that partnership has been worked at tirelessly to try and develop. Actively involved with NTLEA, David Warriner and Will Evans, also with the Northern Livestock Working Group. I see Emma down here and Will, her chair, but that's been an important group in understanding and working through the issues here in the north. And of course, John Cunnington and Holly's work in developing the combination of the Sheep Collective and the Cattle Collective. This has also been a fascinating body to work with. The importance of that producer-exporter partnership is vital, and it demonstrates the basis for the whole of supply chain approach. Also particularly good to be back in Townsville. I've been here many times over the years, but to see the infrastructure that's gone in here in support of the trade. I was down on the Ocean Drover this morning, actually saw it going out through the port, through the channel this morning. It left at 4 o'clock. It's on its way up to Indonesia, and I hope this morning to get out and have a look at the feedlot, the new feedlot that's been built on the on its way to Charters Towers. Yesterday at this conference, I think, was also an important breakthrough in the relationship. I think the producer forum in the morning was particularly instructive for me, and the strong message that the new MD, the new Managing Director, Jason Strong, sent, the recognition that the live export sector is the fourth largest export earner so far as the red meat industry is concerned. The work in terms of building the relationship between that he and Sam have been involved in, and you saw that on display in that forum. The insights into the LIRDAC restructuring and how we're going to try and get better outcomes from the live export program. That too was an important structural and governance development, and I welcome that in particular. In the panel yesterday, I thought the Austrex Forum was very instructive in demonstrating the importance of the partnership, the relationship, if you like, between importer and exporter. The insights as to how many links there are in terms of traceability and control of the system. I think it was an eye-opener to me, who's had to try and deal with this for the past 5 years, to see how we can get our act together. The in-market insights that also accompanied the second panel during the day, I think the take out of that was you need to see yourself as investors, not just traders. That's how you build the relationship, and we're seeing a lot of that happen. So yesterday was very much about reinforcing the importance of the business-to-business partnership, not just seeing ourselves in terms of opening markets, but developing the markets, value-adding them, and looking at more than the commodity, looking at the capability, the investment, the know-how. But at the end of the day, I think it was a breath of fresh air to hear from the Minister, because here too the relationship's important, and this is one I understand reasonably well from previous involvement, and that is the government-to-government relationships. In two critical markets, the framework for those government-to-government relationships have been strengthened. IA-CEPA in Indonesia and the Vietnam partnership. This provides the opportunity for us to influence the government-to-government relationship in a way that reinforces the business importance. I've been a great believer that if you strengthen the B2B relationships, you strengthen your impact at the G2G level. It's about joining the dots, but it's about doing it in a cohesive way. I think her message was very encouraging, and we had a good conversation with her yesterday. Today you'll hear about the improvements in welfare, governance issues, practices, the importance of LGAP and the role of Annie Mark. Get these right and you reinforce the global leadership that we all know we have, but we often have difficulty in demonstrating. Final point I would make today, just to reinforce the unique relationship and the partnership that's here today, ALEC and LiveCorp. The annual general meeting of live exporters earlier this week unanimously passed a resolution supporting the amalgamation of those two bodies. Essentially what we're saying is what we do well together already, we want to do as a single body to reinforce the importance and independence and strength of us in the context of any restructured organisation going forward. Enjoy the rest of today. My view is, even though this will be the last LIVEX I speak to you at as Chairman of ALEC, the building blocks are in place. A lot has been achieved in the last 5 years, but the foundations are only going to be as strong if you make them work for you. Collectivism has worked. Individually, you are great performers, but collectively you can make this building and joining of the dots far more successful. I hope as a result of today that message comes through stronger, and the team that is left in terms of LiveCorp and ALEC has the capability and capacity to take it forward. They won't do it without your support, so get behind them, learn from today, question what you have to, but understand your fundamental importance as an industry to not just the future in terms of us as an economy and as a nation, but think of it in terms of your contribution to the food security challenge in our region. The rising tide lifts all boats. The protein demand increases with living standards. We're going to be competing with others, but we've got a quality and a reliability and integrity second to none. Understand it and seek to make your marks. You've done it so far. Don't give up the task. Just build on it. Enjoy the rest of the conference, and thanks for your attendance.